Hello, thanks for joining me for another review then. Different location, downstairs. Today we've got a beer from the Verdant Brewing Company out of Falmouth in Cornwall, and this is their Neal Gets Things Done. So it's a New England IPA then, 6.5% ABV. It's brewed with Simcoe, Citra, Mosaic and Nelson Sauvin hops. It's just isn't it one of their juice explosions from the Juicy Explosion specialists. So I've had this beer once before. Trying to think how long ago it was. I've definitely had it before. I just find out here. So it's a 440ml can. I had this at the Experiment in London back in September of 2018, so quite a while ago, and that was on draft. Is that on draft? I assume so. So I never had this in the can. Yeah, on draft. So there you go. So let's crack into this then. This was packaged on the 16th of December of 2019. They've done various batches of this obviously since. It's not available all the time, but yeah, best before the 16th of March of 2020. I purchased this one at Honest Brew, so let's crack in with it. Crack in. Hopefully it will be cracking. There we go. So not the easiest of setup I've got here at the moment, but I just found it's cold upstairs at the moment, so, and I have the front room to myself, so I thought, oh, you know what, I'm going to do a review downstairs that I don't often do. We'll leave that a little bit there, let it calm down a bit. I mean, the light is you're pretty much seeing what I'm seeing colour wise. Very dense, kind of almost like a dark orange then. Into the light, yeah, it's a very, very dark orangey kind of fleshy, well, almost maybe blood orange colour. It's a one finger pure white head. Let's give it a swirl and a sniff. Oh, okay. It's got a bit of a kind of vegetable note. Almost like green. I don't know. It's like a very faint kind of cabbagey sort of, and goes well with the kind of oniony, garlicky sort of vibe. Definitely getting a kind of a dry, slightly earthy edge. It's not crazy kind of juice like tropical fruit notes. It's a little bit more kind of subdued, I'm finding. It's like dried mango cubes, if you like. Slightly dank. Definitely get that kind of oniony, garlicky sort of thing. It's more of a freeze-dried onion. Slightly sweet. Let's go in anyway. Cheers. Wow. Slightly piney. Definitely getting an earthy presence, maybe from the Nelson Sauvin. Well, definitely from the Nelson Sauvins coming through. There's like a, yeah, white grape, melon, Yeah, dried mango, apricot. It's not kind of big kind of juicy in your face. It's not overly sweet. There is a little bit of kind of bitterness lurking around in the beer, more towards the sort of the middle to last third of the actual taste. The ABV's heading really well. It's a medium body, standard. Slightly creamy kind of mouthfeel. It's not one of the first things that hits you. Mouthfeel. I had a few Verdant. I've not had loads of Verdant beer. I mean, I've had obviously their core range stuff several years ago before they were kind of like the hype brewery that they are, like especially things like Putty that they've recently brought out. I tried that the first couple of years and that was amazing. I've heard various things. I've not had it myself, so I can't say, but I've heard conflicting things of saying, oh, it's not, don't believe the hype, but I've not had it, so but there you go. What I have had of Verdant, I do feel that their beers are very kind of similar kind of thing. Very good, of course, and this is very good as well, and it's really nice to actually try it from a can. So let's pour the rest of this in here, and then we'll see how we get on in the final part. Very nice looking beer, of course. So drink fresh, hops fade fast, vegan friendly, because you got to say that on everything these days. Ingredients: water, malted barley, oats, hops, yeast. Contains gluten. Out of Falmouth in Cornwall. Please recycle where possible. I'll be taking the sticker off and then recycling, of course. What else we got in here? 6.5%. Everything we've covered there already. So nice looking sort of stick-on label there. So yeah, it's nice to actually get to review this one. There's quite a few. They do bring back a lot of these kind of beers within the calendar year kind of thing. So it's nice to actually grab one. I'm getting more, the more I'm drinking it, the more I'm getting that oniony, garlicky thing. It's really kind of overshadowing some of the fruit notes, I'd say, you know, other fruit notes. It's making them a little bit more kind of washed out and dry. But underneath all of that, what I am getting is, yeah, mango, off mango pulp, if you like, stroke dry, a little bit of pine, just a very kind of drying beer. Nice, but I've definitely had better from these guys, but it sure is nice to review a beer from them like this. So had a bit of money basically from Christmas, a voucher, Honest Brew, so go do check them out. All the links are down below. But yeah, this one, not the best I've had, but still very good. So in terms of a rating them for me on this one, I'm going to give this beer a 7.5 out of 10, so it's a 3.75. According to Untapped, I gave this a 4 on draft back a couple of years ago. Actually, I gave it the same score, so there you go. I think this is where this beer is at then. Interesting. On draft, over a year ago at the Experiment in London, I gave it the same score, so it's a 7.5 out of 10 from me. And that's Neal Gets Things Done from the Verdant Brewing Company, the mighty Verdant. So let me know if you had this one before. So it's their Neal Gets Things Done, their, what was it, New England IPA then. 6.5% ABV, brewed with Simcoe, Citra, Mosaic and Nelson Sauvin. So, yeah. If you see it, go and check it out. Give it a try for yourself, see what you think. But yeah, that's it for this one then. Thanks for watching then, from this slightly different kind of viewing kind of point of view, or yeah, on the video. So anyway, I'm waffling, I'm going. Cheers.